March Madness is once again here. About to do a little prediction video here. What I got for my Elite Eight, my Final Four, my national championship game, and my national champion. The tournament gets underway today. That's all I can say really so far about what's going on. A lot of good teams in it. A lot of good teams. Anything can really happen. Every year we see some crazy upsets. So I don't think this year is going to be any different. So let me just go ahead and dive right into it. So my Elite Eight, I have in the Midwest region, I have Kentucky and Notre Dame. I think Kentucky, I don't think anyone is gonna give them any contest before they get to the Elite Eight. I don't think. Let's see, I got my little bracket here on CBS Sports app. I don't think Maryland or West Virginia is going to give Kentucky trouble in the Sweet 16. I really don't think they will. So I have them going all the way to the Elite Eight, and then down here I have Notre Dame. Like I said, Notre Dame could run into some trouble. They still got to get past Kansas and Butler. Notre Dame's the 3 seed, and Kansas is the 2 seed in there. They got to get past Kansas, but Kansas, I don't know. The way they played in the Big 12 championship, they played good, but I just feel like when it comes down to like the wire, if Notre Dame's playing good, that they can beat Kansas. And same with Butler. Butler, they're not as good as in years past, but they're still pretty good. They're always good. So yeah, Midwest region, my Elite Eight, I have Kentucky and Notre Dame. And then I'm going to go down here to the West. My West Elite Eight is Wisconsin and Arizona. I'm pretty sure that's pretty common amongst the people. Wisconsin and Arizona, I feel really good about both of these teams. They're both really dominant. It's really hard to pick between these two who's going to win this game. This will be literally a dogfight if they meet up in the Elite Eight to get to the Final Four. This will literally be a dogfight. So I have Wisconsin playing Arizona. They could both run into some trouble here, really. Wisconsin has to get past Arkansas, North Carolina, and Arizona has to get past Baylor and Xavier's playing pretty good too. So I mean they're gonna have to get past some tough teams here to get there. But I really feel Wisconsin and Arizona will definitely come out of the West. All right, I'm gonna move up here to the East division here. My Elite Eight is going to be Villanova and Virginia. I think Virginia's really good on defense. Even though they're not as good as they were at the beginning of the season, I think they're still a really good team, and they really have a chance to compete for this title. And Villanova, very good perimeter shooting team. They play together well. This team's really good. They're a 1 seed again. I just think that this is a really good team, and I think that they belong in the Elite Eight too. But Nova's going to have a tough time getting to the Elite Eight. Honestly, they're going to have to get past Northern Iowa and Louisville. So those are some good squads right there. So it's not going to come easy, and Virginia's going to have a tough time too. They got to get past Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma. They're a good young team. They really are. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament, I betcha. And in years to come too. They're a very good young team. They have some potential. Virginia's going to have to get past Oklahoma. Providence could be pretty good too. And who knows? Michigan State. They got some postseason experience. They know how to win games in March. So they might even contest as a 7 seed. I really like this. This East division's it's really a tough one. Now I'm going to go down here to the South. The South's again a very tough division. First team I have is the number 1 seed Duke. I see them getting past everyone. They could run into some trouble with Utah or Georgetown, but I think Duke is a good team. Everyone knows that. There's no question about that. I just don't think they're as good as in years past. But obviously they have Jahlil Okafor, so they're a good team. and everyone saw what they did against North Carolina, and in the big games they really came out and they showed what they're made of. So I really like Duke. Duke's a very good team too. And then my other team coming out of the South, I have Gonzaga. Gonzaga did really good towards the end of the season. Gonzaga historically is a very good team in March as well. But the past 2 years, I don't think they've really made it that far. And there's such good teams every year, and they just don't really. There's just something about Gonzaga. I just don't know why they can't capitalize on these things. But Gonzaga's gonna have a tough time too. Iowa State, SMU is all right too, but there's some teams that fly under the radar too. Don't forget Iowa. Iowa's a pretty good team. Don't forget about them. They could come in and do some big things in the conference or in the tournament as well. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and focus in on my Final Four. So I'll start up here again with the Midwest. I think in the Kentucky Notre Dame game, I think Kentucky's going to have their back against the wall at some point in this game, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform under pressure. We haven't really seen them. They've been under pressure. Yeah, they even went to overtime in the regular season, but that's the regular season. The pressure is really on your shoulders in March Madness, because obviously this team went 40-0. This team's trying to make history, okay? So if they get down by any number of points in the second half, a little bit of panic can start, and you can really see what a team's made of when they start panicking in a do-or-die situation like March Madness, a one-and-done tournament. I do think Kentucky will prevail in this game, but it's going to be close. They could easily lose this game to Notre Dame if they play. They could easily lose this game if they have their backs against the wall, like I said. So out of the Midwest, I have University of Kentucky going on to the Final Four. Let's go down here to the West Division. That would be Wisconsin and Arizona. This is probably the probably out of two of the four best teams in the tournament right here in the West Division. Two of the four. And it sucks that they got placed in this, in this conference here. I don't know why Wisconsin's really in the West, but I mean, the selection committee has their reasons for everything. Wisconsin and Arizona coming out, it's going to be a dogfight in this game, like I said. I'm literally debating in my head right now as to who I want coming out of this to go to the Final Four out of the West. Arizona has some really good players. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, he's so good. And then obviously Frank Kaminsky, I don't know if you've heard of him, really good player from Wisconsin. This is going to be such a tough game if these two teams meet. This is going to be my favorite. To me, this is the national championship game, because these are two great teams here. Honestly, I'm going to have to go with Arizona coming out of this. I know Wisconsin's got some good players and stuff, but I think Arizona is just a little bit all around. I think they have a little bit better of a core of players than Wisconsin does. A little bit better core players. So I think Arizona's going to come out of the West and go to the Final Four out of the Wisconsin-Arizona game. And then I'm going to go over here to the East Division. Villanova versus Virginia. So that'd be my Elite Eight picks. I do think that just the way Villanova is playing as of late, and the way that Virginia kind of subsided as of late, I think Villanova has a little bit more momentum. I think Villanova will prevail in this game. It's going to be a pretty good game, though. Like I said, this will be a dogfight, too. It's a 1 versus 2 seed. So I think Villanova will prevail and go on to the Final Four from the East Division. And then down here, we got number 1 seed Duke versus number 2 seed Gonzaga. I really feel that, Duke, they have Jahlil Okafor, and they have a good core of. It's not just him. They have a good core of players also, and they have so much March Madness experience, and as Gonzaga does too. But I think Duke they're playing a little bit more with like they still have something to prove. There's a lot of skeptics about there. Everyone's like worried about them, and I feel like they have a lot more to prove than Gonzaga does. Gonzaga played really good as of late too, but I feel like they have something that they need to improve on, and they just need to prove to everybody. And so I think Duke's going to come away with a win against Gonzaga. That's going to be a pretty close game too. You know, like I said, these are just my predictions here. Anything could happen. I mean, Duke and Gonzaga could both get out. You might see freaking North Dakota State play UCLA, and in the Elite Eight. We don't know. That's just the beauty of March Madness. This happens every year, and I love it. But I do have Duke prevailing to the Final Four. So now let me look at my Final Four. We have the Midwest and the West playing each other, and that's going to be Kentucky and Wisconsin. Anybody can win this game. I swear, not Wisconsin, Arizona and Kentucky, and anyone can win this game. If Kentucky has their back against the wall against Arizona, it will be so hard to come back from it. I honestly feel Arizona has the biggest chance of beating Kentucky out of anyone in this tournament. I really do. This team is just overall a very good team. They have a very good core. You know, Kentucky and Arizona have very good core players. Very good as a team. That is going to be a great game. And I think that, Kentucky is just so good. It's so hard to say no to them, It's so hard to say no to Kentucky, but I think Arizona's going to win this game, and Kentucky's going to be shocked, and I think that's just, Tucson's going to be going crazy, and I just think that Arizona will make it to the championship game. And then I have the East over here. The East playing the South winners, and it's Villanova versus Duke, 2 #1 seeds. I think Duke's a very good team, and so is Villanova. But I think Villanova is just a better shooting team than Duke, and I think Villanova is going to come out on top against Duke. I don't see Duke winning a championship this year. I really don't. I really have not seen them winning a championship, even from the start of this year. I don't care if they have the best player in the country on their team. I really don't see them making it to the finals. So with that being said, I think my national championship game is going to be University of Arizona versus University Villanova. That's going to be a tough-fought game. It really is. I can see maybe overtime in this game. But honestly, I'm going to have to pick Arizona to win the whole thing. Yep, Arizona, University of Arizona, Wildcats, national champions this year, 2015. I really see that happening. But, this is just crazy. This is March Madness. UConn won the tournament last year. They were not at all a favorite. They were like a 7 or 8 seed, and they won the tournament last year. So we could have like some crazy team like freaking North Dakota State win the whole tournament. Who knows, That's just the beauty of March Madness. That's why it's called March Madness. I just think that, in my opinion, I think Arizona's going to win the championship. They have a really good core of guys. They had a good season. They really did. They didn't lose at home all year. They're just a really good team. And they have some good fans, and I really like their chances this year. So, with that being said, Arizona Wildcats, my prediction for the 2015 March Madness Tournament national champions. Thanks for watching this video. If you have anything to say, go ahead and feel free to comment, like, subscribe, anything you want. I always come out with some nice sports prediction videos. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it's a great tournament. Very fair, no controversy. Just an all-out dogfight for every single spot. This is what these guys have been training for a long time, for their whole lives. I just hope it's a great tournament, and I really think it will be. So thanks for watching. We'll just have to go out there and see what happens today.